Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. This is a scene for the Changeling venue of the Living World of Darkness. Today, or this afternoon, we have Miss Diva V, Devalia Vega, doing sadly, some actual work. Right now, she's sitting in her field doing paperwork of all things. I know, right? Just terrible. But you know what? She's trying to counter the mental banality of doing paperwork by actually just hanging out in her freehold, because who wouldn't want to hang out in your freehold? It's your freehold, right? Right. So Diva's in her favorite couch in the lounge area of the freehold, just kind of got her feet up on the table. She's writing up some paperwork, making sure that everyone gets paid. She is keeping track of where her employees live, because she knows that shit's starting to hit the fan, and certain areas seem to be getting targeted more by Red Branch Knights, and she doesn't want to freak out if she gets a no call, no show from one of her employees, and she's just like, oh my god, do you live in that area? So she's just kind of keeping an eye out. These people may be her employees, but Diva is a mama bird through and through. Speaking of birds.
Yes, speaking of birds, Ismay is looking for Diva. She's had a lot of things come up, and so she comes into Tangarona. Gloria says she's in the back, so Ismay quickly makes her way into the freehold. Diva may hear the door open as she comes in, and Ismay is pretty sure she knows where she's at. She has a spot that she likes, so Ismay is just gonna head straight up there to the lounge area and kind of peek over.
Diva will be kind of swaying along the couch. Again, heels up in the air on the table. She's surrounded by paperwork. There's also like a bunch of peppermint candy all over her, because it may or may not be a secret love. Who knows? But she's just, scribbling, making sure she's got everything. There's a calculator next to her. She's doing what she gotta do. That's what happens when you're the boss.
Ismay contemplates not bothering Diva, but she knows she needs to talk to her, so she says, do you have a moment that we might talk?
And Diva will look up and see. Was Ismay in the lounge?
Yes.
Okay, then Diva will look up and she'll nod. She'll be like, yeah, darling, come on. How you doing, darling?
I am distressed, troubled, confused.
Troubled. Are you having more trouble
Definitely
looking?
Confused.
Are you having more trouble looking for an apartment?
I don't know. There have been things that have come up that are making what they need to do very confusing.
Well, are some of the apartments in areas you can't get to easy? Or is it more social issues coming up that are making it kind of a hard road to get on?
It is more social issues, I think.
Oh, like the issues going on?
No, the fighting, that is not what I am concerned about.
Okay.
No. What I am... Okay, so Summer had sent the text saying that her aunt has hotels that I can stay in up in Asturias, because then I would be in Asturias Barony and under their protection. if
Yes, that'd be good.
if
Something were to
Nosehorn
happen.
and them decide that they do not like my, and then she kind of stumbles over what to call it.
Your
Connection
comfort.
with
Okay, connection.
changelings.
Okay.
So I would be protected that way, and that would be good. And then, but then she wanted to meet yesterday with me and Kalash. It seems most of our people are not staying visible. We are going into hiding.
Hidden. Yeah, okay.
Um, she has made an offer that would keep her from being able to hurt me, but it is a very good and dangerous offer.
Okay.
She wants me to take an oath with them, of
Ooh.
clasped hands.
Alright. The oath would make sure that they don't hurt you. They've got to protect you, but that also means you got to protect them, right?
Yes.
Oaths can be tricky, but so far it looks like if you can get an even ground with Nosehorn and Kalash, then they can't hurt you, right?
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
then they want us to push Clash as a war chief that has been prophesied about, and they want to play me as his consort. His voice when he is not there is like an ambassador to people in ways.
okay. If you're ambassador for the Adhim, that would be good. That way you can still keep your connection. She'll kind of give the finger quotes with us changelings and not get in trouble with your side, the Adhim.
Yes. My only concern is if they decide to go and be a part of this war, if they do not side with my friends, I've
Oh,
done the oath,
then you're stuck.
I would have to hurt my friends.
Okay. All right then. I see where the issue is. Okay. Well, I don't really know what's going on, but it
Um,
seems like it's an us attacking us thing, with the
yes, well,
exception
that
of the
makes you
Selkie,
guys,
which I
that
think is
makes
just going
you,
crazy.
that makes the changelings, an easy target, and there are many that still hold animosity
Grudges.
after, yes, grudges after the wars recently that they lost.
Mm-hmm. All right, but if they were to attack the changelings now, here's the thing: when there are two sides fighting, if somebody comes along and threatens both of them, those sides are going to join together. So it would be like the war all over again because you'd just be picking at a wounded animal, and that animal's going to attack you with both claws in the air.
But see, I could see them choosing one side or the other to help take down that one side and then turning on them. Maybe I can get them to swear oaths to each other so that they could not do that. That would be a good way. And it would show
That might actually, if they did
unity.
that, the oaths would be highly suggested because whatever side they pick to be on, they would be kind of suspicious and they would ask you guys to make oaths to make sure you wouldn't betray us.
Might be,
Them.
that might work then. If I can get them. Because it is better to have allies than enemies.
Yes. And that way, maybe You can talk to them about. You can show them that we're all not assholes like some she are.
Yes. And then I do not have to hurt
And
my friends.
exactly. You just gotta find a way to word it. You know, words have power, right? With
Yes,
us, words are actually one of the ultimate powers. I
yes,
mean,
there.
look at what AJ did with the dragon. That was powerful, right?
That was amazing. Some of his stories I do not remember in the books that I read. Some of them he changed.
Yes, I think it's called artistic license.
But history is not artistic, it is what happened.
Yes, but even currently, there are different sides that like to portray certain things differently. What's it? The victor writes the textbooks.
Oh,
And then to jazz it up. I mean, honestly, history is cold sometimes. I did it in a not a better light, but in a light that's a little bit easier to digest, while still keeping the key points of what matters there. Then, you know, it should be fine. I mean, you don't have to go into the dark nitty gritty. If he were to really talk about history in full length about what really happened, he wouldn't be spewing up dreams, he'd be bringing out nightmares.
I suppose.
He was smart to do that in front of the dragon. Can you imagine how mad the dragon would have been if he would have seen just how terrible humans can be?
He would have understood why there are Morins and us. One are happy, more happier dreams of full of power, and others are unhappy dreams full of power. How are things with you and AJ?
So far, I think we're good. Talking more. Also, I'm gonna well, since we're both real busy, you know, me here and Tim with his PI stuff. We're both
Yes,
real busy all the time, but we talk to each other for a bit. Communication, you know.
good.
It's it's not a real high maintenance relationship, but it still feels real, you know. I
Good.
actually communicate with him, which is something you need to do. Have you spoken with Astrid in summer?
I have tried, but it is hard to do just by sending word.
Maybe
I
you
tried to
can
go and talk to them
ask.
the other night, but they were having a meeting of many peoples.
Why don't you send Bert to see if both of them can come over? You can use the freehold to talk to them. That way it's private, but you still feel comfortable because this is your home too. And they don't feel uncomfortable because they also know that it's my home.
I will see if they are available. Maybe
It'll act as an
Friday.
even ground. Alright, that works. And you know you've got permission to use this place when I'm not around all the time.
I know.
So yeah, if you want, you should really practice writing down how you want to say the oath, if that's what you want to do. You don't have to. But if you do think that doing the oath is a smart idea, which it might be, I would really suggest writing it down and practicing it. You know, kind of making sure you cover all your bases.
If I take the oath, it means I can stay here and I can maybe be with them again as well. If
Yeah.
things, if they decide they still want that. But it would mean I get to stay here and I don't have to go somewhere just to be safe.
Uh-huh. And you'd have the Adheen helping you out too if something were to happen. You know, we protect you, your friends. And if those nobles get in their heads to act stupid, more so than they already are, not all nobles, but you know who I mean, and they start coming around looking for unseelie or Adheen or whatever, then you'd be protective on two sides too. Us and the Adheen.
If they were to come after me, they would be risking breaking the sheet. Because the FBI and the immigration are now keeping an eye on me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Aren't you
if
glad
I
we decided?
disappear, then the FBI and immigration would come looking for me, which means they would be investigating here, and there are many changelings that come here, and
Uh-huh.
that should protect us. That is
Yep.
part of why I want to stay here, so that I know you are safe as well.
Thank you, honey. But there are a few people who don't know what this place is. Well, among us. And considering the FBI are still looking into you, and the government is still filing through your asylum paperwork.
They came by Friday
Did they?
last week
Yeah, they did.
on the 10th. When was the 10th?
Saturday, baby.
No, it was Friday. It was the 9th then. And they said that they will be by twice a month, and we will
Okay.
have conversations and make sure that I am still here and doing what I have to, and that I am
Okay.
working.
You can bring them upstairs.
Okay.
I mean, as long as, like, you know, my shoes aren't lying around. They're more than welcome to come upstairs.
They liked that I had my own private room, and
Mm-hmm.
that I have access to the kitchen and such.
Well, yeah, of course. It's your apartment, too.
But with how things were before, they were very nervous on how my situation was, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, I get what you mean. They were worried you just got out of one bad situation and jumped into another without noticing.
Yes. So
Out
they
of the
were,
pan into the fire.
but they were very happy with it. And
Mm-hmm.
Gloria said very nice things about me working to them. So they were happy with that. And they were
Plus, my
happy to
apartment's
see that
always
I
beautiful.
have, they were happy to see that I have the check stubs that Gloria saves of mine, whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
So
the government makes sure that you're getting paid what you need, but that you are also contributing to taxes. Which means the government's getting what they need.
yes, so they were very happy though. So
Yeah.
that was good.
I'm a little upset I wasn't around for that. I think I was running errands.
I think so. They
Busy
weren't
being
here
the
very
boss.
long, but it was long enough. It was, I was almost starting to feel sick with them being around.
Yeah. That's usually why I come around here. I mean, look at me. Doing paperwork in the freehold.
Yes. It is
Nothing
much
more banal
nicer
than
in
this.
here.
Except for taxes. Did you cover taxes in the encyclopedias?
Yes.
Oh, real banal stuff right there.
And that they did not originally have taxes in the Kingdom of America, and they had an amendment so that they could start charging taxes.
Yep. And even currently, the amount of taxes people have to pay is still under issue. Because you've got people who can't afford all the taxes. Then you've got people who can more than afford the taxes. But because of their political connections, because they're rich, they're able to slide by it. Which is very unfair.
And I also read that they had fighting because they were being taxed without being talked to about it.
Mm-hmm.
Something
No taxation without
no tax.
representation.
Yes, that was it.
Oh, honey,
Yes, it
you're
was
so
very.
smart. Diva's just gonna like lean over and hug her. Like, I'm so happy you enjoyed those books. Remembered everything. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
There is many things in those books.
When you're done with them, we can always send them to the dragon.
I think I have finished reading them all already. I may go back through them again before, just to make sure that I did not miss anything.
Oh, you know what you should do?
Hmm.
Write notes. I mean, I know I'm always telling you to write stuff down, but it's a real good way to practice.
Write notes.
Yeah, as you're writing stuff, note down on a piece of paper stuff that kind of zaps out to you that you remember.
Okay. I will have to carry pen and paper then. Means I have to have my tablet on my bag with me.
Tablet?
The satchel I usually carry, I have a chemical paper tablet.
That's so cool. Nice, darling.
That is how I send messages to people. I write on the tablet and me takes them. Me is up
That is a
eating
real good
chocolate.
idea. Huh?
Me is up eating chocolate right now.
Is me supposed to be eating chocolate?
He said he wanted some.
Alright then. I'm not too sure on how chimera and chocolate work. But whatever.
Just put a little bit of glamour in it and he seems to enjoy it.
Alright then.
I'm not sure if he enjoys the glamour or the chocolate.
Huh. That is kind of a weird question now that I think about it. We can do an experiment. No, I need to focus. Focus.
What kind of experiment?
Oh, you know, give me some raw glamour maybe. See if they like it. And then see if you can give them small amounts of chocolate and see if they like that more. Like which is which that he enjoys or they enjoy. I'd have to look into if birds are allergic to chocolate though. Because most canines and felines are allergic to chocolate, but I'm not too sure about birds.
Actually, the books said that the reason most people think dogs are allergic to chocolate is because it is actually more like being intoxicated, and they get actually like a poisoning from having too much because they overeat what their
Oh
bodies can
my.
handle. So it is more like being alcohol sick.
I did not know that. That's pretty cool, actually. I didn't know that. I was just assumed it's because there was some sort of acid or amino acid in the chocolate that just they couldn't digest and they got sick from that.
No, so in small doses, it is like a person drinking.
Oh, then. But Diva just learned something. Yay! Diva's just sitting there really impressed. I mean, she knew her pretty bird was a smart bird, but she is a smart bird.
Out of character, sorry. The phone keeps ringing. And back up.
It's no biggie. Real life has stuff like that.
So I missed the last thing you said. Of some sort of celebration, I think.
Real life is real life. Makes sense. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I will see if he likes the chocolate without glamour.
Alright.
I'm not sure that he can interact with it without the glamour, though.
That's a good point. He is chimerical.
Yes. I can only have chocolate when it is dreaming chocolate or if I am in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to find chocolate from the dreaming.
You know, I have a pretty good idea on where we can find dreaming chocolate.
Oh?
You see, a long time ago, there was this movie called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And it's so famous that I'm pretty sure it's got its own place in the dreaming. We can always pop by there. I mean, you know, chocolates, licorice, peppermint. And Diva kind of eyes all the peppermints that are surrounding her right now. And she's just like, could use chimerical peppermint herself. I can make chimerical peppermint schnapps. Pretty sure there's chimerical alcohol in that factory too, now that I think about it. What do you say? Brandy is all dandy, but liquor is quicker? Something about that?
Brandy is dandy, but liquor is quicker.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Wait, have you seen the movie?
Which movie?
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
No.
I know, we're watching later tonight.
Okay. She kind of leans down and sniffs at the peppermints.
Do you want one, hun?
I'm not sure I have ever had one.
Here. And Diva will take the wrapper and she'll open it and pass it to you. Take some. They are real good.
She'll take some and pop it in her mouth. Diva. The fun. That's very interesting flavor.
Yeah?
They are good.
I'm glad. It's got that extra little, I don't know, burst of sweet, but still cool, that I just love. Now imagine this but in liquor form. Definitely gonna make some peppermint schnapps later. Alright, that's the plan.
Peppermint schnapps and Willy Wonka.
Peppermint schnapps and Willy Wonka.
That sounds good. Is this a movie you have, or is it on the Netflix thing?
Oh no, it's upstairs. It's in the color section.
Oh, okay. So it is one you do have already.
Yeah. And we'll play it and we'll relax. I mean, there's a newer version, I think, that came out a while ago, but it's not as good. It's a little creepier. It's the old one, Gene Wilder. Christ bless that man. And Diva, not normally religious of any kind, she just like looks up and she's just like, thank you. Anyway, talented man he is. That movie is way more appropriate, especially for the dreaming. All sorts of colors, style. I wonder if I can find that outfit.
I'm sure we can find
just
you
plotting.
it. If not, I can make one.
I'm sorry, huh?
I said if we cannot find it, I can make you one.
You would? Oh, honey.
Yes, I can make clothing.
I did not know that.
Yes, we make our clothing especially for when we are doing the dancing performing. People call them costumes.
Well, sometimes they are costumes, but the word costume can be kind of a tricky word. Sometimes it means for play, and other times it means a specific outfit for a specific event.
Oh.
Like, it's a set of clothes and a style that is particular for the event itself. It's a special set of clothing. So sometimes a costume can be for like, Mortal Halloween, where they dress up and, act silly. Or it can be for a party, a masquerade party, and it's technically not a full costume, but you're wearing a set of clothing that is particularly for that day. Like Mardi Gras. All those masks and those outfits, technically those are costumes, but they're not like creepy clown costumes. They're for that day kind of costumes. Hell, you've seen my outfits in my closet, right?
Some of them, yes.
Okay, now, you know the red one? The orange one I have?
Like the red dress that you wore that night, or another outfit?
One sec.
I have seen several that are red in there.
No, it's an orange dress.
Orange.
Mm-hmm. Orange.
I will have to go relook maybe. I do not remember orange. I remember the red one because you wore that the night when you got me the white dress.
That is true. So what Diva means is this one. Well, okay, so say the red dress. Normally people don't wear those kinds of clothes to go get stuff at the store, right?
Yes.
Because it's an outfit particular for the event they're doing.
You said it is a party dress?
Yep. But the party we were going to is different from, like, say, a party I would be going to in the orange dress.
Wait, that orange one, that is a dress? It looks only like half the clothing is there.
They're different parties.
Okay.
So, like, not all parties are different. Not all outfits are different. Or not all parties are the same, not all outfits are the same. You gotta put them appropriate to the day or the specific time. Which goes into play with costumes. Technically, the outfit I wore for the fancy event would be a costume. Technically. But it's a lot different from being in the consuit, right?
Yes. I should practice doing more. I should work on making more clothes then. It has been too long. And sometimes I've even infused them with glamour while I was working on them without even trying.
Wait, really?
Oh,
That's really awesome, actually, darling.
it has only happened a couple times, but when I have
That's
put
still
a lot
pretty
of
cool.
work into it.
That's still pretty cool, hon. Hey, if you ever want to design for me, please. I am right here all for you.
Can she hide the way her brain went? Maybe. Maybe. She's trying not to get a confused, blushing appearance. You're welcome to P&E on it if you want. Or you can just be too distracted with everything else.
Okay, so that's actually a pretty good roll. I guess I could T&E it.
You have like twice as many dice as her and then some, so.
Well, is it emotion?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably just an emotion. I wonder.
Oh yes, it's emotional.
Okay. I think I got it.
So while she does her best to maintain this calm, cool demeanor, saying
And with my emotions,
those specific words you said, there is a hint of confusion and a slight tinge of blush on her cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Diva will kind of wonder and then balk, and she's just like, sorry, phrasing, right?
Yes,
And she's got a
words
blush
have
on her
power.
cheeks. Words, words do have power.
And we are in the dreaming.
That is a good point. And Diva will give her like a sweet smile. Sorry about that, hon.
It's okay, I'm just trying to make sure that, what is the word? I do not think things are not as they are.
Alright.
Because I do not want to make things bad.
I understand, honey.
I will let you get back to work. I have been distracting long enough. Thank you for listening.
I'm happy to listen. And thank you for talking to me about this. I've got plenty of notebooks upstairs. Just grab whichever one you think is pretty.
Okay.
With the exception of, the pile of notebooks that are sequined, don't take those.
Okay.
Diva, her kleptomania has kind of turned to this thing where she hoards the stuff she takes. Or buys because she doesn't want to steal, but she has to buy it. Well, she steals it and then pays for it, so it's not really buying. It's not really stealing. Anyway, she kind of hoards them in little clumps all around the house. So you probably definitely know the notebooks that she's talking about. And they're like covered in like sequins and glitter and like fake gemstones. They're like really shiny. Some of them are pretty, but mostly they're just all shiny. Diva's a little possessive over her dragon hoard of crap.
Ismay will
But yeah,
nod.
there's also another set of notebooks that Ismay can take from. The ones that are not that pretty. Well, not that shiny. But considering
Don't touch
all of the
the
sequins.
shinies.
Considering all the sequins and the rhinestones of the ones that Diva wants to keep to herself, Ismay is probably going to end up getting this really nice notebook that is completely not trashy. Like the rest of them.
Probably.
Diva and her dragon hoard. Anyway. So, yeah, just take whichever. Just don't touch the clumps, the hoard. Anyway, yeah, I should probably get back to work.
She'll lean in and give you another hug before she leaves.
Diva will hug her back. You know, give her a nice little pat. Like, you be good, okay? I'll be up in a couple of hours to make dinner.
Okay. And as she pulls away, she gives you a quick peck on the cheek. And will scamper off.
And Diva will kind of just sit there and she's got kind of a light blush and she'll nod. She'll sigh, but you know, she'll nod too. And with that, I think we can close up.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.